Hello everyone, welcome to IPM IAS Academy's daily news highlights. And today is 10th September 2024. Let's see what are the important news for today's discussion. And before that, if you have not yet subscribed this channel, please do subscribe the channel so that you will continue to get updates regarding civil services examination and current affairs. Students in Imphal defy curfew, clash with the police. So here this article is mainly highlighting the issues or the conflicts going on in the Manipur. So the Manipur government imposed curfews and banned internet services in 5 districts due to escalating student protests. Over 50 students were injured as they clashed with security forces while demanding the removal of key state officials. So this is very important issue that is going on in India. So you have to understand about what is this issue, why the students are actually protesting in that region, and why the government is actually taking a decision like this. So these points are important because for more than 1 year the problems are going on in the Manipur state. Okay, the conflicts are actually the internal conflicts are going on. So it is becoming a law and order issue also. So we need to have an idea about it. So read this particular article and also try to understand the core problem related to this and how the government is actually responding to it, especially the state government and also the central government is responding to it. So this particular article is coming in page number 1, General Studies 2, and it's a part of Indian polity. India has 4-point principle to end Russia-Ukraine conflict. So as we all know, the Russia-Ukraine war is actually going on. So it is a main concern for almost all the countries in the world. So here, India is actually proposing a 4-point principle. So the India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar outlined a 4-point principle for resolving the Russia-Ukraine conflict, emphasizing the need for peace and dialogue with Russia at the negotiation table. So it's very important to understand this because other countries, even the Western countries, also believe that India can play a pivotal role in sorting out this particular issue. So at that moment only we are coming up with this 4-point principle. So you need to understand about what is this 4-point principle that India is actually initiating. So Jaishankar mentioned India's consistent diplomatic engagement, including the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval's visit to Russia, but did not commit to hosting a peace conference for the conflict. So India always try to do whatever we can for actually ending this situation in the region, because this issue is affecting every country. So we know that we are living in an international system. So any problem anywhere in the system will affect the other countries also. Okay, so that is what is going on. So India is actually trying to better its relation with both these countries so that we can sort out this issue also. So that is the reason why we had a recent visits by our leaders to these two countries, Ukraine and Russia. Jaishankar also addressed economic relations with China, explaining that India is open to business with China but carefully assess sectors and terms amidst ongoing geopolitical tension. So in this particular article, they are not only focusing on that Ukraine-Russia region, they also talk about India-China relation also. So because we know that geographical problems are there, that is the border issues are actually going on between India and China, and in that context, we would like to sort out these issues, and also we would like to engage in different areas, especially the economic areas. We would like to open our business opportunities for China enterprises also. So that is what is discussed in this. So based on this article, you need to have an idea about the ongoing issue, that is Ukraine-Russia issue, and what is our involvement in that, what is our proposal in actually solving this issue, and also India-China relation, what is the current status regarding India-China relations. So please do search about it. So this particular article is coming in page number 4, General Studies 2, and it's a part of international relations. Remove obstacles in the country's research ecosystem, says Modi. So our Prime Minister Narendra Modi convened the first meeting of the Anusandhan National Research Foundation (ANRF) governing board, emphasizing the removal of obstacles in India's research ecosystem and setting ambitious research targets. So the ANRF aims to bridge gaps between academic and industrial research by pairing universities with top-tier institutions, promoting industry-aligned research and fostering innovation through the hub and spoke mentorship model. So we know that for any innovation to happen, for any new development in our country, which is actually depending on the researches that we are doing. So the research plays a pivotal role here. So here our Prime Minister is mentioning about removing the obstacles in the research ecosystem. Okay, so that which means giving more freedom, giving more amenities, giving more support for the research ecosystem in our country. So please do try to understand about the Anusanthan National Research Foundation, ANRF, and what are its objectives and how they are going to contribute to the development of this country. So this particular article is coming in page number 4, General Studies 2, and it's a part of Polity and Governance, and also it can come under the education topic also. A panoramic view of the 2024 China-Africa Summit. So this is an international relations news, and it is actually a news related with the system, international system. The China-Africa relation. Over 24 years, the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation has strengthened its ties between China and Africa, facilitating political, economic, and strategic partnerships. So their engagements are there in political area, economic area, and also in the strategic area. The 9th Ministerial Conference reaffirmed China's commitment to African development, governance, and global influence. So both the countries are trying its level best to improve African development, governance, and global influence, because we know in Africa there are a lot of problems going on. Health issues are there, epidemic issues are there, and there are problems associated with the conflicts, the ethnic conflicts going on in the region. Governance instability is there. So all those problems need to be addressed, and it should be the governance and the administration in the region should be strengthened. So the Beijing Declaration emphasized synergy between China Belt and Road Initiative, the African Union's Agenda 2063, the UN Sustainable Development Goals. It highlighted poverty reduction, modernization, and Africa's increasing role in global governance, while urging broader international financial participation. So the summit has really addressed many areas, many core areas, especially the China's Belt and Road Initiative. That is a very important ambitious project of China. Then the African Union's Agenda 2063 and United Nations Sustainable Goals. All these points were really addressed in this particular summit, and they also focused on poverty reduction, modernization, and Africa's increasing role in global governance. So nowadays we won't be able to see that much participation from African countries in the international arena, but we need to have more participation from their side. That is what is emphasized in this particular summit. So what is India's perspective on this? India should enhance Africa-centered diplomacy by reinvigorating its India-Africa Forum and offering substantial financial support. So on the one hand, China is playing a pivotal role. It has its own influence in that region. So India should also play a major role in that region. Already we have our close ties with the African countries, but it should be increased. It should be strengthened. Okay, because there is more possibility for development if we are actually collaborating with African countries, because African countries are actually rich in natural resources. So in many ways we can contribute for the betterment of both the parties if India is actually taking that diplomatic efforts. Okay, so based on this article, please try to have an idea about what is Africa China Summit. So how is the relation going on? What is India's stand on this? What India can actually do in this particular scenario? And what were the key outcomes of this particular Summit 2024? So please try to have an idea about it. And this particular article is coming in page number 8, General Studies 2, and it's a part of international relations. The UAE-India ties are rooted in affinity, trust, and respect. So this article is also connected with international relations. Basically, it talks about India-UAE relation. The India-UAE relationship is deeply rooted in history, with trade links dating back to thousands of years. Recent symbolic acts like tree planting by Emirati leaders at Rajkot highlighting the enduring bond and shared respect between both the nations. So from very olden time, we can see that India has maintained a very cordial relation with the Middle Eastern countries, and especially the United Arab Emirates. The strong economic partnership you can actually see between both the countries. Okay, despite differences in size and economies, the UAE-India relations are strengthened by mutual trust, respect, and complementary strengths. Their comprehensive economic partnership agreement (CEPA) has spurred 15% growth in trade with significant investments and collaborations across various sectors. So economically, we are well connected. So from the perspective of human resources, if you take, you can see that many Indians are actually working in UAE. They are actually settled in UAE. Okay, which is contributing to our economy to a great extent. Okay, so the UAE hosts over 3.5 million Indians, its largest expatriate community, fostering a strong connection between the nations. Okay, so and with 1,500 weekly flights and collaborations in education, health, and technology, their people-to-people ties fuel progress and cooperation. So very important aspect to understand, that is India and UAE is actually sharing a very cordial connection, very strong connection, and in multiple areas. Okay, in economic areas, in political areas, in people to people contact, in all these areas you can see that India and the UAE is actually maintaining a very cordial relation. So please read this article, understand more about it, and frame your own perspective regarding how the relationship is going on. Okay, and what are the future prospects for our relationship. So this particular article is coming in page number 8, General Studies 2, International Relations. Germany, France, UK slam Iran over the missiles for Russia. So the Germany, France and UK condemned Iran for delivering ballistic missiles to Russia for use in the Ukraine war. They plan to cancel air service agreements with Iran and impose sanctions including targeting Iran air. So basically this article is connected with Iran-Russia relation and also how the other European countries are actually looking at it, especially Germany, France and United Kingdom. So Germany, France, United Kingdom, they all have a very strained relation with Russia. Okay, so from the American perspective also you can see that they are having a strained relation with Russia, especially in relation with the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. So there only we can see that Iran is actually supplying the ballistic missiles to Russia, which is considered to be a problem for the European countries. That is what is addressed in this particular article. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken confirmed that Russia received missile shipments from Iran and may use them soon in Ukraine. So that is the problem. So already the war is going on, so whenever they are receiving it, there are chances like they will be using it in the war. The European countries cited evidence of this transfer despite prior warnings of the consequences. So based on this article, try to have an idea about the ongoing situation in the European region, especially in connection with the Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, and how US is actually looking at it. Okay, please try to have an idea about it. And whatever news I have actually mentioned right now, please try to understand the location of these places, the country that I have mentioned right now. So not only in this particular article, in the previous articles also we discussed about many countries. We discussed about Africa, China forum. So there you need to have an idea about what are the countries in Africa. So that location specific understanding is really important in the civil service examination. So please don't neglect that. Please keep an atlas with you and try to understand the location of these places. Then the SpaceX launches all civilian crew for first private spacewalk. So this article is focusing on the mission done by SpaceX, and they have launched the Polaris Dawn mission carrying a 4-member civilian crew for the first all non-professional spacewalk. Led by Jared Isaacman, the mission aims to reach peak altitude 1,400 km, marking a milestone in private space exploration. So SpaceX, as we all know, they are a key player in the space exploration and in that particular industry. So they are doing their level best in the innovation and research to come up with more advancements in the space technology. So that is what we can actually see here. They have actually launched the 4-member civilian crew, okay, for the first time. Okay, so that is really important because it shows the improvement in the private space exploration field. So please try to have an idea about it, understand about SpaceX, the company SpaceX, and also its history. You need to have an idea, and what are their new initiatives, and especially this particular initiative, that is the Polaris Dawn mission, you have to have an idea. Okay, so this particular article is coming in page number 14, General Studies 2, and it's a part of international relations. With an eye on Indo-Pacific, Germany seeks greater defense ties with India. So here they are addressing the India-Germany relations. So the Germany's defense interests in Indo-Pacific. Amid the shifting power dynamics in the Indo-Pacific, Germany seeks to strengthen defense ties with India. Although a top global arms supplier, Germany's presence in India's defense imports is minimal, offering new opportunities for collaboration. So basically here we are talking about our strategic or the military engagements, military relation between India and Germany. We need to have very cordial relation in that area, and they would like to strengthen that relation because they wanted to have greater visibility in the Indo-Pacific region. So based on this particular article, you have to have an idea about what is Indo-Pacific region, what are the countries coming in this Indo-Pacific region, and why Germany wants to have a influence in this particular region. That is also really important. And based on this, the past relation between India and Germany, you have to have an idea, and what are the various challenges in the technology transfer that we have, you have to have an idea, and Germany's Indo-Pacific strategy and Chinese influence, we need to have an idea. So already China has its own role in the region, India has its own role in the region, major international players are also having its own role in this particular region. So here only the Germany wants to have more visibility and presence. So that is the reason why they wanted to have more connection or defense ties with India. So understand more about it, what is their perspective, what is their objective behind this. Please try to have an idea about it. Okay, and location, Indo-Pacific region location, the countries involved in this location, very important to understand. So this particular article is coming in page number 15, General Studies 2, International Relations. So these are the important articles I would like to discuss about in today's newspaper. So please go through all these news, understand about it, and apart from understanding that, do some extra research on whatever points I have already mentioned also. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was helpful for you, please do share it with your friends so that it will be helpful for them also, because they will also get continued support for things that are associated with civil services examination and current affairs. Thank you so much.